I want to say hello, dogs. Well, hey folks, welcome to Solarcabin channel. I have been busy for the last few days. I did a video update on my Vardo camper because I put new wheels on it and I moved it around here. And what I decided I'm going to do is I set this up. I can take it camping, but I wanted to set it up in its own camping spot. So here I've got a couple of big trees here in my yard. And so I pulled this up underneath these big trees so it's in the shade. And that way when I have friends, family, or someone that wants to come and visit, needs a place to sleep, they can use the Vardo. Now, I know people have asked me to show you the inside, and I'm going to, but I haven't done the work on the inside yet. So it's kind of a mess right now. So bear with me, and I will get a video done because I've got my tools and everything over here, which I'll show you. I'm going to be doing a couple of videos of the interior work and how I would set this Vardo up, and also show you some options that you can do on the Vardo. But I've also been doing some other work. As you know, early in the spring, I did a video for my channel showing you what projects that I needed to get done, because my place over 20 years, some things have started to fall apart. As houses do, they need some repairs and things like that. So this year, I set out doing about 5 or 6 different fairly good-sized projects, and so I'm just going to share you the update. One was getting this Vardo back on its tires so I could use it. I needed to pull the Vardo out from in front of my shed so that I could clean up in front of my shed and clean my shed out. So that's the project we've been working on today. So I'll just show you what I've been doing. Now some of you may remember earlier in the year I did a video on this garden cart that I'm using as a power cart, work cart for around my place. This has worked out absolutely excellent. What I got here is my General Arc power station. This thing is a work beast. I use it outside continually. I put it in here, and then I can run my weed eater, and I've got my jigsaw and my orbital sander, and these are all tools that I'm going to be using. My chainsaw I'm going to be using to cut limbs down out of this tree that are dead, and I'm going to use those small tools on my Vardo over there. This trailer has worked out extremely well for this purpose, and I did a review of the trailer if you want to go check that out, so I thought I'd let you know. Trailer is working fantastic for me. All right, some other projects. I've got my 120 watt solar panel sitting here. I used the 120 watt solar panel made by EcoSonic to charge up my Geniverse power station. And that I just set it out in the sun. It keeps it charged up. Whenever I want to use my tools out here, I just take this cart wherever I need to around my yard like I'm doing now and work on everything. So some other projects I've been working on. Okay, one of the projects that I got done earlier this year, as you can see up there on my roof, you can see where we patched that bald spot. Last winter, some ice grabbed onto some of the shingles and just pulled a whole section of shingles off. And so Van, who is my off-gridder friend up here that moved up here last year, he came up and helped me, and he put that, repatched that roof for me because it's too hard for me to get up there with my knees. And so he got up there and did that. So that was one of the big projects that we did. And then today he came over and he helped me with my shed, getting an old washer and dryer and some really heavy batteries out of it. So we'll go show you what I did there. So Van came over today and he helped me. And these are some really, really old big D9 deep cycle batteries. And these things weigh a ton. And I couldn't move them by myself. And so he helped me get those out of my old shed because they're shot. I got 3 smaller deep cycles. These are old batteries that I used when I first went off grid. Deep cycles, these flooded cell Trojans and that, were about all we could get. And you were lucky if you got maybe 5 or 6 years out of them. They didn't last a real long time if you had to leave them outside. Over time, I had those sitting in my shed, which I'll show you, and they died out, and they were just too heavy for me to get out of there. I also got stuck with an old washer and dryer that belonged to my mother before she passed, or when she passed away. I inherited them, but I didn't want them, and so they ended up stuck in my shed, taking up a bunch of space. So I'm getting rid of that washer and dryer, getting rid of these old batteries to free up a lot of room in my shed, which I'll show you here. So then I can use my shed to get some stuff off my porch and stuff. So this was another main project that I really wanted to get done this year. I built this shed right after I built my cabin, so I needed someplace to store stuff. The materials I used are all salvage materials. I actually had built on an addition off of a camper that I was living in before I built the cabin. And when I got done, I didn't need the addition anymore, so I took it apart and rebuilt it into a shed here. It's not the best build, but it's lasted a long time. But like I said, it was all cluttered up with old batteries, that washer and dryer, And now I've got room. Now it's still a mess in here because now we got the washer and dryer out and those batteries out. I need to clean these all up where I had those old batteries settled and actually broke the floor down. So I've got to fix the floor underneath there. I've got a roofing panel I've got to put back on up there. But now I can get it all cleaned out, hauled off to the junk, so I can use my workbench and put my tools and stuff in here. Because as you can see, I've been out of room. I didn't have room in my shed. I've been sticking stuff here on my porch. I don't like this. It's a mess. It's a clutter. So I'm going to get all this stuff put back into the shed where it's supposed to be. But the other thing that we did while we was here, and I mentioned this in my earlier video, this really bothered me. I got some trees that grew some big old roots. See these? And this root had grown underneath the corner post right here and was lifting up and tilting my entire porch. And so Van brought his Sawzall down. And we cut it on both sides, and him and I, we jacked up the porch, and we dug that old root out of there. That's how big it was. And it was underneath the patio block that holds up the front side of my porch here and was pushing up. It had grown up, so it raised it up almost 3 inches. So when I put it down, it just dropped back down now where it's supposed to be, about 3 inches. So now I can straighten my porch back out so it doesn't look all skiwampus. Okay, guys, so those are just some projects that I said that I needed to get done this year. And I got them done with some help. Like I said, it would have been really difficult for me to load that washer and dryer and those big old batteries. Very thankful for Van's help. Thank you, Van. He come down and helped me get those up. And I traded him a paddle boat that I wasn't going to be using anymore. He's going to get some use out of that. And so we've been helping each other out. He helps me with some labor. I help him out with some equipment that I'm not going to use that he could use. And I like the barter system that way, and I think he does too. And you also develop good friendships that way. And so I'm very thankful for having Van close by, and I get to go up and see his place occasionally and visit him up there and see his projects he's working on. So you can also go visit his channel. His channel is Sundance Serenity on YouTube if you want to go look, because he's remodeling a shed into a cabin right now and doing some work on that. You can go watch and see what he's doing. All right, folks, so that's the projects I've been working on. I'm very happy, making very good progress in getting this stuff done. Have a great day.